what a soggy mess. A pair of water main breaks have created this mess downtown, and crews are still working on them at this hour. Good afternoon. Welcome to The 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The first break happened at 11th Avenue and A Street around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Then a few hours later, another break, this one on the ramp that connects northbound 163 to 4th Street.
Do you want to show you a live look from Chalk Raid about what the situation looks like at this hour? And you can see from this look that it looks like crews in some locations have at least been able to get the water off. However, some streets are still shut down. And specifically, we're talking about the southbound 163 to the northbound 5, as well as the northbound 163 ramp to the northbound 5. They are shut down. Crews are still trying to clean up this mess and ultimately get the pipes fixed.
News 8's Shannon Handy is live for us downtown with more on those breaks and the huge mess that this has all created. Shannon?
Yeah, Carlo and Heather, it has taken a large undertaking overnight and throughout the day, and that work continues. You know, it's been about 24 hours since one of those two main breaks happened, and that one occurred here at 11th downtown, and you can see work is still underway. And as you guys mentioned, the northbound 5 lanes are still shut down because of that second break. In fact, you cannot get on the 5 freeway northbound from downtown as this work continues. So as you guys can imagine, it's been a nightmare for both drivers and these crews who are trying to clean all this up.
Images captured Monday morning from above Interstate 5 near the 4th Street exit downtown show just how extensive the water main break there was. Pools of water cover lanes, forcing Caltrans to divert traffic to the 163 with backups reported for miles. Tina Briley lives nearby and says while water main breaks aren't rare in San Diego, seeing one like this is quite a sight.
We've had water main breaks before, but it's usually small. It doesn't take up a whole freeway, so it's crazy.
An Uber driver first reported the break at 7 o'clock last night when water reportedly burst through his windshield and passenger window, injuring his passenger. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria said it was a 62-year-old 24-inch reinforced concrete pipe that burst. The water was eventually turned off around 3:20 a.m. The water continued to pour out onto the freeway.
When trying to shut down the water pipe involved, some of the valves in the area were not closing properly, and as a result, crews had to close valves quite a distance away from the actual site of the break. You can imagine that added to the complexity of the situation. It's for that reason that it took an awful long time not only for us to shut down the pipe, but for the pipe itself to drain.
Less than 4 hours before the freeway main break, another water main break happened in East Village on 11th and A. In this case, a 76-year-old 16-inch cast iron pipe burst, creating a large sinkhole. At least one business was flooded. Meanwhile, 3 blocks of homes and businesses were left without water, forcing some owners like Tariq Wasimi, a Flaming Fun sushi bar, to shut down.
I've lost all last night's revenue. I'm losing all of tonight's revenue. I had to tell my staff not to come in.
At this point, it's unclear when both breaks will be cleaned up and streets reopened.
We are still determining the exact cause of the water main breaks, but of course our priority is to repair these breaks and to restore service as soon as possible.
And back out here live, Gloria says this is an example of why replacing infrastructure in San Diego is so key. Again, no word yet on when the freeway will reopen or when water in this area will be restored, but there are water wagons out here on 11th and A for residents who need them. And Gloria also said that once the water in this area is restored, it is very possible there will be a boil water order for people who live in this area, though he says that is yet to be determined. So a lot of updates on this story, and we of course will keep you posted.
Shannon, this begs the question though, because we saw the water gushing for hours. Do we know approximately how many gallons of water was lost and ultimately what this will cost to clean up?
Yeah, Gloria touched on that. He said obviously water is so precious right now, so this is not the time to be losing all this water. But he says it's just too early to know exactly how much water was lost. But just standing above the freeway today, people were walking by, and that's all they commented on was, wow, what a traffic mess. Also, wow, look at how much water was wasted. As for the cost, Gloria says it will be in the millions of dollars to get all of this cleaned up and fixed.
Loss of tax dollars, loss of revenue for those businesses, and a loss of water. Shannon Handy reporting live. Thanks, Shannon.